Neverness to Everness finally released today, which is 29/4/2026. If it is not even released on your region, don't be worried. By the time this video is released, the game is already on your server, and you are already enjoying this game back and forth. Anyway, that's not the main thing. The main thing is that it is like a very much of a most hype gacha game for a long time, because it is a GTA types games, and it totally grabbed the attention of the peoples of all over the world who does not even play the gacha game regularly, who does also hate the gacha game. They are really want to try a GTA types of games, and this game is also delivering it because it is a free game and also gacha game. So it is totally capturing an anime fan base and also gacha fan base at the same time. Anyway, you already know that how much of a GTA influence into the whole over the world. It is like one of those like a top company. Whenever the GTA release, it just totally breaks the each and every game records. And especially when it comes to the Rockstar, they are the pinnacle of every other gaming company. When it comes to the perfectionist, they just totally make a game, and that game is going to be the live on to their up to 10 or 12 years until the next version of that games comes on. Okay, that's not the main thing. The main thing about this video is going to be the reroll. Yes, reroll is one of those like important process for every other gacha game when the gacha game released, especially for F2B players, because if you don't even start this game with a good amount of or perfect characters, I guess you will have a hard time on your like a mid game and also late game. Early game you can even do with a 4-star characters, you don't even have to worry about it, but when it comes to the late game, that's the main thing what the struggle will start. So for a Neverness to Everness case, in a TLDR, I would like to say rerolling is not even of a very much of a good options. Why am I saying this? Because this game does not even include a 50-80 system, which is the main thing, and also the PT system and also the rate up system is actually higher compared to the other big juggernaut gacha games, such as if I just give you an example, Witherings does have a 0.87%, Genshin Impact 0.6%, but this game has a 1.8%, which is actually very much of a higher than that. And also the PT is going to be the 70 instead of 80. So if you just somehow able to play this game as a normally, you will hit eventually the limited character, which is actually ongoing right now, which is a Nanali, and also she comes from the anime characters. Anime in this game is considered as a wind and also pyro character. If you just somehow really want to a closest example to your existing game, especially the Genshin Impact and also other game, I guess this game is not going to be the very much of a fruitful one. They just also follow the different route what the Wuthering is also following has been. Okay. But the reroll, if you are one of the guys who is still going to really reroll into these kind of games, who does not even have a 50-50 system, guarantee system, I guess this video is actually going to be very much of a helpful for you. Why am I saying this? Because in this video I'm going to show that how the reroll process work, and also the reroll is not even that of a hard one if you just somehow able to follow my instruction, which I'm going to do right now. I'm not going to give you like a short instruction. I'm going to give you a whole amount of playthrough of a reroll process, that which thing you should avoid and which thing you should not, and also how you can do some kind of get some rewards and also do some pop-up rerolls. That's the thing. Other than that, the whole process is actually very much of a shorter than compared to the other games, especially the Udaringas and also the other Genshin Impact and whoever's games. Those games really require 40 to almost 1 hour to reach a character summoning banners, which is the main stopping point for every real process. In this game, it does not even follow this kind of routes. Before starting this video, I'm going to also provide you the tier list that which character is going to be the very much of a fruitful for your starter case, and if you just somehow able to get those characters, you don't even have to worry about until another next 1 or 2 patches. So I'm going to make a tier list based on it. So if you already know the real process, then I guess no need to watch the whole video, just totally skip the part which I'm going to give you a time step in here. Just see which character is very much of a best one for your pick case, and also this game is going to give you a selectors, and you are going to get another selector from the beginner, which just completing the 50 pulls. That's the normal thing that every other gacha game doing after the versus. Okay, let's move on to the login screen. So in this login screen, all you have to do is just totally change your or log out your current account, which I am going to doing right now. And there is a 3 types of option. First one is the email login, where you have to put your raw emails, and second one is going to be the Facebook login, and third one is going to be the Google login, which is you don't even have to do that. If you already have a login on your browser system, these things will totally just move to your browsers, and you are just going to log in with your existing account in a Google logins. That's the simplest thing. But if you do have an intention of selling the account of your reroll, and also if you do have a multiple accounts, then I guess email login is going to be the best options, and that's it. Anyway, for this kind of things, I'm going to put my emails, so I'm not going to show you that what kind of emails I'm putting in here. Okay, I have already created my account with my dummy accounts. So let's start. Beside in here, you do have options of Europe and America and Asia. If you live from this any of those country, I guess choosing this option is going to really helpful for your advantage of your ping issues. So I live in a C in Asia, Southeast Asia side, so I guess this is going to be the very much a good option for me. Anyway, let's start it. So from the first skin, you do have a both option. First one is a male and female, choosing just as you wish. So I'm going to choose my male character because male character looks cool in this game. So in here you are going to get a first cutscene. You can even just totally skip it, but in here this kind of skip is not even like a normal typical skip. You have to wait for like a 3 seconds and you can just click the skip and you are going to put yourself into a combat situation. Just follow the instruction what the games told you, which is jump and also normal basic attacks. Yes, just follow the instruction and also do some like a battles. The game will move you to a cutscene. There is no other requirement or like other things that you have to follow. That just kill the enemies and some kind of like a cutscene will trigger upon following the instructions. Okay, it might seem a kind of like a laggy in between my gameplay because I'm totally running it on my IGP. You already know that I don't even have a dedicated GPU, but the way this game, which is totally built in Unreal Engine 5, most demanding engine currently right now, you can say the exclusive engine, the optimization this game has been putting to this game, especially for a mobile device and also PCs, low-end device just like me, it is actually pretty much of a diabolical to see that compared to the other guys. Their optimization is shit even since the launch of this game, and they are just totally putting so many graphical improvements, not even improving the optimization one at a time. So they have to feed the dogs. That's the main thing what I'm trying to say here. No hate for the games, I really love the games, but for a low-end device, if they don't even follow or like don't even think about us, then I guess they will just lose a huge amount of fan base. Okay, just do the ultimates. These characters are totally forced. I don't even have to pray about it anything at all. Okay, pink pause. You will get a mommy scene right now. Yes, this is another like a 5-star character. If you really want to get her through your 50 beginner wish and also selectors, you can even just get her, but I would not even recommend you to get her. She's not even that good. Beside her thighs and also her design, which is give you a mommy vibe and also fan service. Yeah, sure, this game should just looking like a lagging things because I already put my VRAM into a 4 GB, so I don't even have a good RAM left. This game really takes a good amount of RAM to play it perfectly. Okay, just follow the instruction. That's the main thing. You don't have to do anything at all. Okay, here we go. Ultimate. Just button smash and kill the enemies. There will be a kind of like a cutscene that will trigger right now, which will move you to your next destination. Yes, I guess this is the point. Yes, the cutscene already triggered and you have to wait for 3 seconds to skip the part of it. That's it. This kind of cutscene you cannot even cut it, so you have to wait for it. This is not even that of a long cutscene, but after that cutscene the other dialogue and other option can be even just skippable, so you don't even have to worry about it. The game does sure have some kind of like a funky movement just like the Xenogears Zero. Yes, this dialogue can be skippable, so just click the do not remind me again today, so the message for every other skip button upcoming next won't be just totally give you the same message again. Okay, just follow her and also follow the game instruction. There is no other things that you have to follow right now. All you have to do is just follow her instruction. What, did I miss something else? What happens? So I have to talk with her. No, wait for 3 seconds. Yes, I just totally missed my cutscene, so going there is not even an option, so I have to go back to my original route and trigger the cutscenes to move forward in the story. Okay, talk with her. She also have some kind of like a huge melons. Anyway, there she is. I guess she's also going to be like a Xing type of character or Virgil type of character. You have to wait for it. Anyway, this in here, if you don't even see the skip button in there, just all you have to do is button smash, just like the good and old Genshin days. Yes, the skip button will just going to be pop up there, and you have to enter your name, which I'm going to enter is like a Kix. You can just keep your own name, don't have to follow mine. Okay, same goes for just wait for and also button smash. When the button smash until the skip button appears, and click the skip buttons. Here we go. This cutscene you cannot even just skip it. You have to watch it full.
Recontain it, though it's a low underestimating it will lead to.
Okay, our cutscene is end, and we have to go through this mirror, which just going to be lead us into a different world. Yes, this dialogue can also be skippable, and you have to fight with these demons. In here, the character you have to switch, and also some kind of like a combat tutorial is going to be happening there. The more faster you can kill the enemies, the more faster the reroll process will be. Okay, kill those enemies. Here we go. This kind of outrun intro buff was the main reason what the game has to face this kind of a controversy and also plagiarism from the Wuthering's community, and also not actually Wuthering's community, Wuthering's developers, and they already filed a petition about the how a certain games which they don't even mention it, but it was indirectly NTE is totally copying their work, which is the outrun intro buff animation and also total whole of a systems. There are so many videos on YouTube that how this kind of things was happening into the side of this side and also both side of this game. If you really want to know the extra details of it, you can even find it on the YouTube channel. Anyway, in this kind of cutscene, you don't even have to touch any of the objects that totally come through, such as this kind of chips packet and also book which is totally flying around. If you just totally investigate it by your curiosity, it won't give you like any of those extra points or any of those like trigger the cutscene much faster. It is just going to totally stall your time. That's it. But okay, there will be two bosses. First one you are going to fight with this boss, and also the next boss going to be the final one, and that time after that you are going to complete your reroll process. Okay, there we go. Ultimate from our MC.
Leave it to me.
Okay, the more faster you dodge, it also going to trigger a special attack, and also you can even kill the enemies faster. Okay, the next one is going to be the final boss, which is kind of like a painting things. Sorry, before the final boss you have to fight with the minions, which I already forgot to mention that. Same as well as the more faster you defeat, the more faster the real process would be. Okay, we are done. Follow the instruction. There will be a gate will appear, and also you have to just follow the gate and kill the final boss of this tutorial mission. This is the guy what I was talking about. Okay, you have to wait for this boss to totally move to the ground. Okay, if you just parry this boss and also follow the instruction quickly, I guess the killing the boss won't be take that much of a time. In here some extra animation would appear where you cannot even do any of those damage into this boss, so you have to wait for this boss to move to the ground and do some extra damage. I guess this is the part. Yes, this is the part. The whole overflow is going to be filled with the colors, and this boss is going to be turned into a whale. And here we go. All you have to do is just do the parts and also do a perfect parry when the boss shows his weakness, and also try to attack.
Leave it to me. Goodbye.
Ultimate from our MC. I'm sorry on that part that if you somehow don't even get my instruction clear, because when I try to play this game and also try to give you a commentary, it is actually pretty much hard for me, because I do have ADHD problems, and trying to focus on two things at the same time is actually hard. I'm actually trying to improve myself on that part, so spare me in advance. Okay, the boss is already end. This cutscene you cannot even skip it. It's actually pretty much of a long one, so you have to totally watch it. And after the cutscene, you will be thrown away to the summoning process, and that's the time which the tutorial process end, and you can also end your reroll process as well. As if you don't even get the characters, I guess you have to do the reroll process again. Another dialog button already appeared. This is actually the introduction of this game, which you can even see the Neverness to Everness, and also the game will totally lead towards the city where you can do the actual thing which you already saw in the trailer. Drive the cars, talk with the NPCs, and also do some GTA stuff. So that was the tutorial process. So as you can see that on my dice icon, which is the summoning banners, the first one is going to be the limited banner, which is consists of an annually, and the second one is going to be the standard banner. This is standard banner. First one is going to be the 50 pulls, which is a discount banner for every other beginners banner. When you are going to complete the 50 pulls, you will get any of those standard character. This is not even going to be a selector. This is going to be the like a random ones. So after the 50 pulls, the banner is going to be the PT resetted, and another 90 pulls you will guarantee any of those like again random standard characters. but the game will provide you selectors. If you just somehow able to get any of those, expect the Sakiri, I guess that's also going to be the big W. But if you just somehow get the Sakiri, then other characters from the standard selector is also going to be the good one. Anyway, from the pre-registration reward, which you can just clicking on the escape button from your keyboard, and also if you're from PC, but if you're from the mobile phone, which is this phone icon, same from the mobile phone as well, as just click on the mailbox and also click on the claim all. You will get almost like a 30 pulls for your standard banners, and which character you should be pulling, which I'm going to talk next in a detailed videos in this video. So the people who already skip this video tutorial process, you are going to be get blessed by it. Anyway, let's pull on it. There are some kind of like a codes which I'm not going to redeem it because it will just take so much time, but I'm going to provide those codes on my description box. Anyway, let's move on to our tier list, which you guys are totally waiting for in this video, and which character you should be picking first and which character you should be avoid at any cost. So without further ado, let's move on to that part. So let's move on to our tier list section. So in this tier list section, which character you should be prioritized for the reroll guide tier list, and also which character should be avoided at any cost. So in here we already labeled as a S rank, A rank and B rank. S rank means that if you just somehow able to get this character, you will have a huge amount of QQL life, and also in the next patches here don't even have to worry about your getting any of those like a meta character. You can even just do fine. The first character that I'm going to choose, which is going to be the Nanali, and she is our first release character on a limited banner for this Neverness to Everness, and she is not even only a DPS character, she also going to give you a sustained damage and also provide you a buff for your whole our teammates. So she is totally a pseudo character who does all. Another character which you should be prioritized first, which is the Sakiri. Yes, this girl is also another powerful healer demon. Why am I saying this? Because her kit is also going to give you a stagnated to the enemies and also going to be crowd control to the enemy as well, as because you already know that in the Genshin first menu, which was considered as a sub DPS character, Venti, and when the Venti was released, people are not even getting a glimpse of how much powerful that character was. But when the character was totally CCs to the whole bosses and clearing a one swoop, people are thinking that damn, and this is one of those like a top tier character. And when a character do this kind of like a CCs and also other things, I guess that character is going to be the broken one. But this character is not only going to be stagnated and also CCs to the enemies, this character also going to give you a provide a dot damage towards the enemy, which is a damage over time, and also lower the enemy's defense, which helps DPS just like the Nanali to do a more damage. So getting those two characters are actually going to be very much of an easy one. All you have to do reroll for only for Nanali, and other than that just use the selector for the Sakiri if you're just somehow unlucky to get from her the 50 beginner wishes. Other characters, such as so many characters are not even going to be released right now, so other than that I guess it is not going to be the fruitful one. But if I just give you an option that which is the Baikang is also going to be a good DPS character, but this is another standard character, and standard character tend to be power creep very much sooner than later in every other gacha game, so don't even prioritize them. But if you just somehow not even want to do some rerolls and somehow get him through your 50 beginner wishes and also some the early pulls, I guess this guy also going to provide you huge amount of value, because this guy, if you just somehow play him right, you can also sustain without having a healer on your team such as the Sakiri and also other healers, provided healers. So just having these characters also going to be the alternate version of Nanali and also other things as well as. So the other characters, which is the none other than our Fadia, which I'm not going to suggest you to pull for her, which is you already seen through my beginner or you can say the tutorial missions. She is totally placed as a third number when you are doing your tutorial missions. So having on your account this character is not going to be the very much a fruitful one, so I guess you should be avoided at any cost. And also other characters such as the Juyan, she is also very much of a good one, just having her giving you lots of value but not as much as value having those two characters. So our next character is going to be the Daffodil. Yes, Daffodil is also going to be very much of a good one, but as I already mentioned before on my other previous tier list, if you haven't even checked it, you can even check it out, is that she's also a chaos character, which is the only element right now in here, and she's also a DPS character from that element. No other character does even have that. So she's a seasonal character and also time limited characters, but having a standard. Why am I saying this time limited? Because if the future when the near future will have so many chaos characters, she does not even hold any kind of value. Besides, her kit is not even that of a broken one. Of course, the limited character will have a better kit than the standard one. If they don't even provide this kind of things, then how come they are going to sell the character much faster than ever? And next goes for our zero. This is not a pool character, just if take it as a build, which character should be built aside from these two top tier characters, because this character is a MC. You can even have him because you have to play with the game as a being him or her, whatever you choose the gender in a selection of a this kind of like a MCs. Anyway, for our next character is going to be the Hathur. Yes, here she is. She is I think a good one, but I would like to put her in a B tier list. But she's currently in a A tier position. But when the people are going to have a synergies with her and also play with her so many testing, I guess she will put into a S tier characters. Why? Because her damage is actually good, and also her support capabilities and also sub DPS capabilities is not even that of a joke one. Besides, her traversal mechanics, which is actually pretty much of a cool one, because if you just somehow have her, you don't even have to ride on your motorbikes and any of those like a vehicles that the game is providing to you. You can even just totally fly onto the skies, and which does not even have any of those characters. So she's actually pretty much a unique one. Other than that, the 4-star character, they don't even have any kind of value unless they are going to fill up the flex slot for your teams. That's the main thing. So in a final conclusion, if you just somehow able to get her Nanily does have the various team option. First one is a premium team option, where you have to have a multiple 5-star on your roster, but the most F2B options is also pretty much of a broken one. So if you just somehow able to get one of those character, the other character is going to be the whole free, because that character is also consist of a zero, which is you are going to get this game in this free, and also getting a selector from the Sakari if you are somehow able to not get from the 50 banners, random standard characters, and other flex slot is going to be the any of those like a 4-star version. So for this launch and also reroll tier list, I would suggest you to follow this one. If you do have any other opinion from the any other YouTubers, also do follow them. No need to follow mine, because I'm not one of those like a para testing. This is totally on my assume and based on my the experience of a gacha game that I have been playing, and also based on the kit that I already did on them. So that's all for this tier list and also reroll tutorial. And if you already like this video, leave a like. If you have any kind of comments regarding my reroll tutorial and also regarding my this kind of tier list, please feel free to leave under the comment section, and see you on the next video. Peace.